Great chance here from position A1. A real chance then to ease this unpleasant predicament. Frimpong. In with the challenge. And that is out of play. Van Dijk knocks it into space. Paris Saint-Germain have got it back and they'll have another go. Hakimi. It's gone in! He's put through his own net!
I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
Paris Saint-Germain got some help from Lady Luck there. They all count. Ball is over the line. Tries to pass it through. Oh, shooting chance! He scores! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
As if three weren't enough. This is nigh on utopian.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch. The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. Liverpool are looking to go forward now. Frimpong. McAllister and Konate. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Doué. Vitinha. Played out to the right. He can run onto that.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
Fortuitous as it may have been, they all count one. That's a throw. Showing good feet. And there's the shot! And that's wide.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
And it's Hakimi. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper. Getting too much time on the ball here. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And he's missed it.
Well, probably not the best way to try and get back into this game, but it could spark something into life.
Le numéro 7.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Le numéro 10. À leur place, le numéro 9. Le numéro 19. Le
Vitinha
numéro 49.
stood up well to him there. Vitinha, Lee Kang-in, Pacho. Oh, he's been caught napping! It's not an especially good pass, that. And it's been given away. He's found the way through. Chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Vitinha, Lee Kang-in, Pacho. Not the most convincing of passes. And it's Marquinhos. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Marquinhos. It's run loose here. No, again, there's no way through. He is through here. Decent chance! No mistake! And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback. Hernandez. Marquinhos. Pacho.
Il y aura 6 minutes de temps additionnel.
João Neves. Oh, it's come loose. Mbai. Lee Kang-in. Vitinha. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Alisson. He's an excellent shot stopper, Peter, first and foremost, but he's just as good at creating chances as he is snuffing them out. He can spread the ball out quickly to both wings, whether it be with an accurate long pass or a quick throw, and that places him in the top order of the world's keepers.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities.
Oh, it's great work in terms of both purpose and intensity.
Now it's Gakpo. And it's Doué. Now it's Gakpo. And here's Chiesa. Shot a goal! I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now it's Dembele. Can he finish? Oh, surely that deserved better.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Battling for the right to play in the early stages.
Pretty robust defending.
Gakpo face to face with the keeper. Takes a shot! It's there! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Hernandez. First quarter of an hour gone. Looking to play him in. And he's straight offside. Not gone well.
Paris Saint-Germain are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Doué. Looking for options for movement. He's picked his way through. This looks promising. Nuno Mendes. Doué. Now it's Dembele. Tries to play it through. And he was quick to react. McAllister. Now it's Gakpo. Chance! Oh, taken with style. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Now there's a fine ball. Oh, that's a foul. Which side of the line is that? And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. To further improve their position of comfort. Oh, crossbar!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, it's a great ball here.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, it's Dembele. Driving forward. Dembele going face-to-face with his great rival. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Neves. Closing in on goal. Chance, surely! Sticks it away! Right back in the game! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Paris Saint-Germain get themselves back into contention.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now. All of a sudden, this one's totally up for grabs. Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
João Neves. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Doué. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Now it's Gakpo.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Great vision. And he cuts out the supply. Nuno Mendes. Gravenberg calmly anticipates. He's in a great position here. Chiesa!
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Doué. Threads one in. Now it's Doué. And it's Mendes. And here's Kvaratskhelia. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And there's the end of the first half. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They want a good start to the second half.
So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Paris Saint-Germain really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Great chance! He scores! Paris Saint-Germain are back on level terms. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw...
He gets big! Oh, that was no routine save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Vitinha knocks it into space. They're urging him, and the shot! And yes, it's there! And they're back in front. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. And he's made sure that's not getting through. It's a threatening ball.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Well, it is plumb centre, but it is a fair way out on the very cusp of credible shooting range. Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, it's played into the area. Hakimi. Chance for a shot!
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Tries to get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. He's away. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. And he's away. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
Frimpong. Tries to pass it through. Vitinha. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Oh no, that was never going to make it. He's a sharp little ball here. Big chance, must be! Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. Paris Saint-Germain really could have done without this. To increase the lead. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Well, he dipped into a world of focus then and dismissed any distraction.
Liverpool go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
And he's lost his man here. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He'll fancy himself from here. A real chance then to ease this unpleasant predicament.
Le numéro 41.
Vitinha! He would have been quick to recover this. And here's Ramos. So much time and space here. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Lee Kang-in does really well to win the ball there. Pass somewhat off target. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Is there any support? He might not need it. That's really well manoeuvred. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's through here. Oh, that's well spotted. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't take out that killer ball.
And it's Neves. Now it's Ramos. Gonzalo Ramos was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Passing is crisp and sharp. McAllister. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Vitinha. Now it's Ramos. Looking for the run. And it's been played through. And the shot's on here. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Vitinha. Pass is coming off in quick succession here, and he's intervened well there. McAllister. Now it's Wirtz. Can he get it through? Lovely pass, but can he get there? Lee Kang-in. And it's Marquinhos. 4 extra minutes added on. Paris Saint-Germain looking to pass their way through. Wirtz. That ball looks a good one. Oh, nicely intercepted. And we're done. Paris Saint-Germain perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of... Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This shooting chance! They've got to be quick to recover this. Cleared without complication. And here's Kvaratskhelia. And here's Dembele. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Well, the referee has made it pretty clear now that this is his last chance.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Vitinha! That's a fine save.
Absolutely terrific, terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
Oh, no question, that's a foul. It's just beyond his reach. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. And that is a little undercooked. Now it's Isak. And the shot! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
The fella you're looking at, Peter, Achraf Hakimi. I think one of the better offensive fullbacks anywhere in the world. He's very much the modern fullback. He was a winger, moved a little bit deeper, but he still has that passion to get forward. And we know it's backed up by a great engine, and occasionally an eye for goal.
Yeah, I'd have picked him to... Chance! He's scored! There is the breakthrough! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
Paris Saint-Germain finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Now it's Neves. Doué, looking for options for movement. Quality ball. He's there to retrieve Kvaratskhelia! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Kerkez. He has found the way through. Great ball, and he's in. There's the header! He's got away with one there.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
And it's Hakimi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Paris Saint-Germain are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Hernandez. Doué. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Taken back almost at once. Dembele. Kerkez gets good distance on it. Turns back here, probably the best option.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Kvaratskhelia showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. He's one-on-one! And he's surging through. And a chance! And he nearly went all the way.
Ekitike certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Can he get on the end of this? Now that's well seen too. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Oh, that's fabulous. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Marquinhos is there, and he can pick it up. And it's Mendes. Kvaratskhelia. He gets big! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Nuno Mendes tries to play it through. That is a great pick out. He is through here. Pings it across. Pass somewhat off target. McAllister. And he's in on goal. It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. Paris Saint-Germain really could have done without this to further improve their position of comfort. And they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
Yeah, the keeper was trying to make him think that he was going to dive one way here. Could have just held a little longer.
Liverpool are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more dangerous.
Real chance! He has done it! With half-time at hand! Perfect timing! More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Yeah, he always had the measure of the keeper, and there was very little doubt as to how this was going to end up.
This is threatening to big chance! Decent enough try.
Ekitike is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Temps additionnel, 3 minutes.
João Neves. Kvaratskhelia. No, that was never going to make it. Vince. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? That's good running with the ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And we hit half-time. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want...
And the shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
He's got full. That's a half-decent try.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Doué. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Can he get it through? Oh, he's been close for a shot! It's there! Paris Saint-Germain are back on level terms. He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Oh, that's excellent composure, because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And that is as far as they're going to go. That is good alertness. That pass isn't the best. Marquinhos. Oh, this looks sharp. No, not quite on the same wavelength. That's going to go a long way. And reclaimed it in a trice. Knocks it into space. Ekitike. Pressure coming in from all directions. Doué did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And he cuts out the supply. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. He's found the way, climbs up big! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Hakimi. Vitinha. Oh, it's Dembele. Great vision. Isak. Oh, that was vital. Look at the space here. Oh, he's been flattened there. Hakimi. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Gravenberg. Threads one. Decent chance! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
João Neves. Passes coming off in quick succession here. This is Dembele. He's one-on-one, shot a goal! A real chance and a real let-off.
He'll be irritated with that, Peter. He really did spring into life as he made his run.
That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vitinha. And it's Marquinhos. He's played it back. And it's Vitinha. Nice interception, well timed. Now this could be a chance. He's shifting through the gears here. That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Oh, it's Dembele. Doué receives it in a good position here. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 7.
The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage.
Numéro 49.
Vitinha with the cross. Oh, what a try! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them hold themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
Le numéro 2.
And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Lee Kang-in. Great ball if he can get there. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Very much into the last knockings.
Paris Saint-Germain can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Looking tidy in possession here, and he's been shifted off it. He's tried one! In for the pieces! Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Well, that would have asked some awkward questions of the keeper had it stayed on target.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. keeper's got good distance on that. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Paris Saint-Germain have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Well, from behind, Jim, that is some win, isn't it? Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here. And it's Vitinha. And here's Dembele. Nicely weighted ball. Looking to play him in. Marquinhos calmly anticipates. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. This is Dembele. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
The fella you're looking at, Peter, Achraf Hakimi. I think one of the better offensive fullbacks anywhere in the world. He's very much the modern fullback. He was a winger, moved a little bit deeper, but he still has that passion to get forward. And we know it's backed up by a great engine, and occasionally an eye for goal.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Passing nice and neat. Now this could be a chance. Opts to play it back. Isak.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Quarter of an hour played.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
And the finish! Oh, he's been caught on it here. And another try! Decent enough try.
Well, that's just unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate.
Looking for a runner. Floated through. He's in space and looking for options. Hakimi has it out wide and in space. And that has been cleared. Isak. And back it goes. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
This might and the shot! It's fallen kindly here. Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Paris Saint-Germain have taken the lead.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. This interception, his positioning was spot on. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Paris Saint-Germain are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Nuno Mendes. Cross to the back post. That has been knocked clear. Ekitike. Liverpool are looking to break at pace. Now it's Isak. Isak. And he's away. Tries a shot! And he hits the net. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response. Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
Nuno Mendes. Doué. Oh, it's Doué! And that's caused a worry or two.
Doué has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
And it's Mendes. Played back. Vitinha. Gravenberg. Wirtz.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
He's shifting through the gears here. Nice interception, well timed. Zabani. And it's Wirtz. Wirtz. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. That's going to go a long way. Nuno Mendes. Paris Saint-Germain looking to pass their way through. And here's Kvaratskhelia. Doué. Doué driving forwards. And it's half-time here. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. So once again, we're underway. Ekitike. Now, can they get him away? Kvaratskhelia. Distributed tidily. Out towards the flank. Hakimi carries the ball down the right. McAllister. Ekitike. Doué. And this is Dembele. Looking for the run. Chance, surely! And for a moment, time stood still.
There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? And it's been taken short. Kvaratskhelia gets a cross in. He's gone for goal! And he's managed to get rid. Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Vitinha. Now João Neves. Threads one in. McAllister. Liverpool finding their passes. Ekitike. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Konate makes the interception. Liverpool do have a chance to counter here. Kvaratskhelia. And it's Neves. And it's Doué. Dembele going face-to-face with his great rival. Gravenberch. Now it's Isak. That's been cut out, well played. João Neves. Driving on and making good progress. He's having a shot! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And back to the keeper they go. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Zabani. Nuno Mendes. Doué. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he thumps it clear. And smartly reclaimed. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And he has taken a dim view of this, a second yellow, and that means red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Kvaratskhelia. And it's Vitinha. And Marquinhos. And here's Dembele. He's found the way through. Bullish header!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Dink through. Isak has been caught there, it's a foul.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 7, le numéro 14, le numéro 17, le numéro 87. À leur place, le numéro 9, le numéro 19,
It's Ramos.
le numéro 8.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He's having a good look here.
Well, I think the technical challenge is doable. This could depend on the amount of power.
Dembele! Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Absolutely terrific reflexes, goalkeeping at its very best.
Looking for options for movement. That's a good ball. Chance for a shot! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And they get themselves in front! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Big chance! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Dealt with nicely by the defence. Tries to... and the shot! They've scored! Dying minutes, and we're all square again. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So all square with... and a chance! Oh, that's incredible! Late in the day, this could well be it! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Paris Saint-Germain take the lead. Now it's just a question of holding on.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
McAllister. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Oh, that's a key interception. 4 added minutes on the board. He was only too happy to take that back. And we're done. Paris Saint-Germain have emerged victorious in this match of thrills. The odd goal ultimately proving the difference. Dembele picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. So a dramatic game decided in its very last moments.
Well, this looked like it had a draw written all over it, Peter, so credit...